What you think, you back on the set?
I told you that, bruh.
Hey there everyone, my name is Kaliko, and today I want to cover the mod pack that I've been curating for the past 6 months. Of course, this is just my opinion and the things that I like, but before we jump into the mod list, I want to discuss my thoughts and feelings behind choosing some of these mods. I wanted to try and make these things feel as faithful to the style Rockstar was going for with the original San Andreas, even going as far as using some of the authentic PS2 files ripped straight from the game to help give that PS2 atmosphere. You might also see some cars in this mod pack that are after 1992. What I tell myself to justify this is that the Bullet is more so based off a 2004 GT over the original, and I could be wrong about that, but regardless, the majority are pre-1992. And I try to keep the newer ones restricted to just my favorite cars personally, or cars that are just very well made. That being said though, you won't find any cars from the 2000s or after, just no exceptions. It's just not right. If you have any other questions about the mod pack, or something just seems really off to you, please feel free to leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts. I'm always open to feedback. And with that all out of the way, let's begin. Alright, so to start off, what would GTA be without its cars? I mean, it's literally in the name of the game. So I have added over 250 SA style, like low poly cars, and I'm actively adding more as high quality, lore friendly cars are released. That being said, 250 is a lot of separate vehicles to try and cover, so in order to prevent this video from going on and on forever, here are a few of the authors that I closely follow. If you are watching this and see a vehicle that you made, please feel free to leave a comment and let people know. I'll heart your comment as well so other people can see some of the cool and dope ass cars you guys are making out there. And while we take a look at some of the car mods, let's discuss some of the scripts that I'm using to expand the driving in the game as well. I have Vehicle Deform installed, which greatly improves the car crashes in San Andreas. I made a video recently that focused more on this mod than I'm going to here, but in short, the mod enables vehicle deforming on crashes similar to those like GTA 4 and GTA 5, where the cars can become distorted and dented based on where they receive damage. This is a very impressive mod that I've had very little problems with performance-wise so far, and even comes with an adjustable INI file, so you can edit the values yourself and make it just perfect for how you want it. I highly suggest trying this mod, even if it's just for once. Another script mod that I'm using that I never thought I would actually use, but I ended up really enjoying, is Artem 1996's Gasoline mod. And I know what you're probably thinking, because it was probably the same thing I've always thought. It just seems like more of a pain than anything, and I agree. And so to balance that, I kind of adjusted how gasoline depletes in vehicles. Gas won't deplete during any story missions or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. And it depletes at such a low rate normally that you can normally get to wherever you need to go without running out. It's only whenever you travel from like Los Santos to the countryside, for example, or from Las Venturas to San Fierro where you would ever have to be running out. And what's really cool about this gasoline mod in particular is the different events that can occur, like how you refuel in the city versus how you refuel whenever you're in the countryside or the desert. The mod is super well made, and if you're looking for a gasoline mod to try, I highly suggest this one. A big part of Grand Theft Auto is their lively open worlds that always feels like a living, breathing city. San Andreas did a very good job for this in 2004, but in the Big 2.6 it's getting a bit stale. So to improve the world, I am using the Urbanize mod by Junior, a massive mod that expands the world with tons of random events and actions to see other NPCs doing out in the world. Urbanize also adds thousands of props like trash and bins across the entire state of San Andreas in order to give the world a more lived-in feel. And I also combine this mod with the busy Pedestrians and the Peds mod, which adds several new textures to the different NPCs and gives them things to do while they walk around up and down the streets of your game. Pedestrians especially makes the world feel way more fresh and alive because it brings all these extra textures for the NPCs and brings it more up to date with more modern GTAs while still giving it that classic San Andreas feel. The keen-eyed of you may also notice that my game looks slightly higher quality in general, and that's because I'm using the Rosa Retexture mod. Now this mod faithfully recreates every single texture in the game to ensure that they are more up to date. The mod is fantastic and it goes all the way up to 2K in quality, but I personally use the lowest one, which is 512 by 512, as this drastically helps the textures of the game while not overloading your PC or making the game look too sharp compared to the original or other mods that don't use 2K. Just something to keep in mind if you plan on trying Rosa out. So what would a San Andreas Modpack be without some weapons? Every single weapon has been edited from the base game, including stat-wise, to make them feel just a bit more unique. Where weapons like the Micro Uzi and the Tech 9 felt nearly identical to use, and the M4 being just a direct upgrade to the AK-47, I wanted you to have more trade-offs and a better selection to choose from so you could actually plan ahead and play how you like to. For example, the AK and all of its new variants, because there are multiple variants that you can find, they're all about the same stat-wise, so it's just like a cosmetic thing. They all do more flat damage than any of the M4 variants, but they offer a lower ammo capacity and firing speed, where the M4 is also more accurate than the AK. But it's not just variants that were added. I've also added weapons to the game that are completely custom, that are usable by other NPCs, and can even be purchased at ammunition as you play through the story, just like the base game. I'm achieving this with model variations and custom ammunition that I have custom set up with the added stuff. It's also worth noting that I am using the SA Story sprinting mod, which allows you to sprint with all weapons, just like Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories. And here's a few follow-up mods before I get out of here that didn't really have enough room for a category, but I still think should make the cut. Like the Authentic Clothing Pack by Endochronic that revamps all of the clothing and the body of CJ to give his wardrobe a bit higher quality that still feels like something you would see straight out of the 90s. It fits into the game so well, and I can't recommend his work enough. I definitely recommend checking out his workshop over on the GTA forums. I'm also running Sky GFX and proper fixes to complete the package of giving it that classic SA feel, while fixing a lot of inconsistencies in the games that Rockstar forgot about, or things that were broken whenever they ported San Andreas to the PC. Regardless, these mods are amazing, and you should be using them in your game any chance you get. This plus dozens of smaller map mods, hand-picked scripts with retextures have allowed me to curate my perfect San Andreas for me at least, and hopefully I can inspire you to do the same. If you have any questions about these mods, or you want to join a community and chat with fellow GTA and classic game enjoyers, make sure to leave a comment or join the Discord respectively. Let me know which mods you would add to the pack or even remove if something isn't right for you. I'd love to hear your feedback on how I can improve the pack for the future and for my own personal enjoyment as well. Also, big thank you to all of the modders who have dedicated their time and focus to improving one of my favorite games of all time. I'll try and get as many download links as I can in the description, but if I miss something, just shoot me a comment and I'll try and get you one as fast as I can. And as always, if you're interested in modding and or classic games, make sure to subscribe to keep up to date on the stuff I'm doing. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Yeah, take it to the head.
I put in more work than any man.
What's cracking? Righteous, homie.